we do see that the race has been found. Good luck to both runners. So we are entering, we're starting off with Ceres, as usual, no surprise there. Ceres Station, you cannot sleep on this part. It's a rather boring procedural routine area of any Super Metroid speedruns, but you absolutely cannot sleep on this part. To your left, BFrobber is actually one of the most skilled Ceres players in the history of Super Metroid. And he will likely put up some incredible Ceres times. So definitely watch out. During the Ceres escape, there's a lot of skill and a lot of RNG. Albert is entering a room with... Okay, unfortunately. He had a good luck there, but he messed up the execution. Cash had a good execution, but the luck was not on his favor. Albert struggled a little bit with his escape. And it looks like Frobber's gonna end up with a 44-43. So as I said, boring section of the game, but you see that that's 3 seconds that Frobber just managed to separate himself there. Very unfortunate last room for Cash. It's the last room is when it goes wrong, it costs you time loss comes in multiples of seconds. But this is just the first 2 minutes of the game. 44 more minutes likely. 44, 45 more to come. So now we board on Planet Zevis and start our standard procedure. You see BFrobber arm pumping a lot. BFrobber is a keyboard player, whereas I'm not actually sure about Cash's console, but since Frobber plays on keyboard, he will have some pretty godly arm pumps, so he'll be shaving off frames the entire course of the run. We do notice that neither runner decided to do the moonfall incline, which indicates that neither runner has moonwalk enabled. If you have moonwalk enabled, it makes no sense to not do the climb moonfall, since that's the single biggest time save for that trick in this entire category. Both runners grabbing Morphball. This first room is a little bit tricky. You see Frobber tried to shoot the beam block, missed it, and lost some frames, whereas Cash took it a little bit safe. This room, you cannot sleep on this one either. Frobber did a standard bounce ball descent, while Cash used downbacks. So saving some frames there as well. These early, you might think, if you're new to watching some Metroid speedruns, you might think, well, this is a Metroidvania game. Early on, they have no movement items. Maybe it's gonna be not as skillful, and I would tell you that you are incorrect, because these rooms, even though Samus has no power-ups at all, there are some very, very tricky strats you can pull off to save a bunch of seconds. In particular, the series of rooms Frobber's entering right now, starting off with this pit. This series of rooms are all extremely difficult, and I say extremely. Pretty alright pit rooms for both runners. You can see Frobber doing some crazy wall jumps. That's another characteristic of keyboard gameplay. Yeah, those are some insane wall jump climb by Frobber. Oh, Cash is doing the edge grab climb. Oh, nice. That's a great presence of mind by Cash there to farm the last pirate. I believe his health was not full. Cash is here right now that Frobber just got through the powder. It's another very difficult room. All of these vertical rooms in Super Metroid where you have to ascend, they're all very technically challenging. So that was a 453 bomb time for Frobber, and Cash hitting a 503. So 10 seconds separating the two runners. Oh, so it looks like a lot, a big difference early on, but this boss, Bomb Chorizo, let's see how Frobber executes. Okay, nice. That looked slightly sketchy, but he managed to put it together very nice. You can lose, like, upwards, you can lose, like, if you mess up this missile grab, like Cash did there, unfortunately, although he had a bad luck, you lose at least 3 to 5 seconds. So you have to go with the extra round. So Frobber holding a little more ahead. That clean BT fight. I just realized Frobber had very low ammo coming out of Chorizo. I believe he had 0 missiles. So he had to do some farming in his Terminator room, whereas Cash, his ammo is not optimal either, but it's looking more healthy than what Frobber had. His calls for a bit moment and farm one of the beamers. Missile. The runners really want to have 5 missiles entering the next room. Sorry, the room Frobber is heading into. So there's a red door that you can open. Yeah, the door that Frobber is just opening. The runners absolutely need 5 missiles to even enter that room. Frobber just executed the first sequence break of the game. All early supers. Oh, nice. Frobber doing some Hundo strat with the waiver beam boost. That's not optimal. But basically, the runners did a trick called mothball. You basically go under these gates, allowing them access to this super missile pack, which is otherwise not accessible. Usually, you normally have to fight a mini boss in order to gain access to your first pack of super missiles. Interesting decision by Frobber to not farm that Rio. It's a pretty free farm, and the Frobber has no ammo whatsoever right now. So maybe we'll see a farm from Cash. Yeah, there we go. Cash is gonna play some bombs. Okay, well, no luck for Cash, so no resource difference there. Both runners. You see Frobber picking up the missile pack, the charge missiles, as well as the charge beam. These are more or less mandatory items. Oh, nice! Frobber got the up into. That's a pixel perfect trick. Very difficult. Nicely done, Frobber. These two upgrades, you basically will see just about all the 80% runners grab them. They are very, very essential. The charge beam in particular is incredibly essential. That was a nice Green Hills room by Frobber. He got a very tricky gate shot and catches about to hit. Very nice, very nice. You only have a few pixels of leeway for that, and Frobber also followed up with a very nice time damage boost under the gate. That was flawless. The runners in this red tower section, this is a very brief section. There are only a handful, like 3 or 4 rooms in all 4 Super Metroid. Actually a few more, but that look like this kind of Frobber making short work. Okay, Frobber went for an aggressive entry strat into Crazy Air using 3 super missiles, but actually the pivotal jump was just a bit short. Let's see Cash attempt the same trick. Oh, a similar kind of mistake. So neither runner getting the edge in that room. Oh, Frobber doesn't have any missiles. Okay, so the boss fight coming up for these 2 players, the crate fight. The fastest strategy involves using 2 missiles in the beginning and following up with 3 more supers, and that's usually a strat that most runners are practiced with, but Frobber only has pro missiles, so he needs to do some adjustments. Yeah, he's observing. Okay, very good, very good. He took it. He was safe there. He was safe there. Quick kill with 4 supers. He missed this trick up. Cash will come from it anyway. And now Cash needs to hit the same trick in order to not fall behind. Nice, he got the... It's a very questionable open, but he recovered flawlessly. That's the 2 missile and 3 supers. So runners just grab their Varia suit and will be heading down to there to grab some of the most important major upgrades in this game. Actually, explain the route a little bit that these runners. Oh, before that, yeah, before I do that, I should focus on Frobber's screen, where you see Frobber went into a room and picked up this energy tank. Now, this energy tank is a safety energy tank for this route, KBDR. Runners can decide to take. It's a pretty big time loss, at least probably at least 15 seconds. It's a huge safety. Yeah, Kashmod, Cash not foregoing it either. If runners are grabbing this E-tank, this basically means that they will be doing a 4-tank KBDR run. But you can't sleep on that room either. There have been runners who died in that room trying to grab that energy tank as a safety. So good job to both runners for not doing that. Explain the route here a little bit. The 2 runners are doing what's usually known as the KBDR or old route of Super Metroid, where the boss order is Craig, Phantom, Dragon, Ridley. This is more or less the intended boss order the developers put in this game, and give or take is about 100 seconds slower compared to the nowadays the faster, the most optimal route, which is PRKD. But the PRKD route is much harder, and it's very difficult to even realize that 100 seconds of theoretical time save. So 2 runners are both doing KBDR for their own comfort, and which helps because we don't have to we can directly compare their 2 routes side by side. So here, Frobber and Cash got their high jump boots, and they are entering. They're heading to the Bubble Mountain area to grab more major upgrades. Now, this upper northern section, you won't be losing. Most rooms are pretty peaceful. Most rooms are pretty harmless. Except the next room Frobber is heading into, the Bubble Mountain. This is a room where, depending on how you execute it, you can lose a ton of time. Okay, Frobber went for a very cool strat. That's actually he charged a charge beam shot and did a preemptive shot to kill the Kakatak atop the mountain to ensure a safe climbing. That's harder than it looks. That's more precise than it looks. Here you see Kashmod doing a different strat. Okay, nice. The cat cooperated. So neither runner fell down. Neither runner messed up Bubble Mountain, which is good news. Because that room, it really can cost you so much time. Here, the Frobber picked up Speed Booster, and this is one of the most vital movement items for going fast. Very good ammo for Frobber. He may or may not use a super missile in the room coming up. He's going to kill the seahorse and use a super missile. So this room, double chamber that Frobber is entering, this is another room. Nice. He got through the platforming area. No problem. That's another room you can lose a ton of time in if you fall off of one of the 4 floating platforms, because the platforms actually move based on the cycle, and if you fall, it's hard to catch the cycle via additive, via improvisation. Yeah, nice. Cash did not fall down there either. So good start. So far so good for both runners. Neither. Okay, so you see there, Frobber was not able to make it atop of the platform, jump atop of the platform on the way back, and he just decided he took a pretty unorthodox option there, where he just exited from the bottom floor, and I completely respect that decision. You just don't know how the platforms are going to behave once they're off cycle. So if Cash does not miss up this wall jump, which he does not, he is going to catch up a healthy chunk of time. So the runners are done with their first North Air detour. They're gonna head up to Wreck Ship to fight Phantom. So importantly, both runners want to have at least 2 super missiles coming out of riding on this when they ride onto this elevator, but both have plenty. So that's so no resource issues there. Let's see if BFrobber goes for this Shine Spark coming up. This Shine Spark called Alpha Spark is a pretty standard option if you're doing 310 KPDR. It's very nice. You got it. That saves a little bit of time, a couple of seconds. And this room BFrobber is entering right now. The second visit to Red Tower. This is a very difficult room. Nice. BFrobber is taking a slightly more traditional strategy to, yeah, very nice. He got to get up Red Tower, where he do a hero shot to break open the top shot block. I believe Cash actually does. Yeah, he's gonna attempt the optimal strat. That was flawless. That was flawless execution. Cash just caught up at minimum, at least 2 seconds there. Down grab strat Cash did there is a lot harder and more precise than it looks, and it's extremely punishing. So that was some really clean execution. So BFrobber boards the elevator at 11:10. This will be a good opportunity to see how much ground is separating the two runners. Yeah, looking like it's roughly 17 seconds, which is just a Phantom fight can very easily overcome. So this is still a pretty close race. Now, BFrobber is known to mess up this room. Nice, he did not mess up the room this time. BFrobber is known to mess up the room before this mode pretty bad. At least he did so in one of his qualifier races. Good thing he executed there. Okay, Cash did a very short charge to get his Shine Spark, and yeah, he's also through. Oh, this short charge giving Cash a little bit of problem. He does nail it. No, yeah, he does nail it eventually. Okay, I did not notice what happened with BFrobber. He has significantly lower health than Cash does. This is not having 144 entering Phantom is not scary, since you're in this is old route. You have Varia suit for damage reduction, but the runners are likely going to be using a strategy called the X Factor, and that strategy basically involves just tanking Phantom's hit. So it may or may not be problematic. Phantom gives BFrobber a mid. Oh, BFrobber wanted to grab that health on the right, but by grabbing that health, he was not able to catch Phantom's eye open in time. Okay, and the X Factor strategy does not connect. Oh, but the X Factor particle just... I've never seen that. It eradicated all of Phantom's 8 flames. So that was great. That was pretty crazy. Meanwhile, Cash had a flawless first round. That was slow for Cash, but he got all the particles in. Okay, BFrobber got a pretty reasonable pattern and was able to finish Phantom off. Cash is going to do the same here. Cash was about to do the same, but Phantom is one super missile away from dying. But I think Cash shot an extra missile to just make Phantom disappear, and unfortunately got punished with a very with a rare slow pattern. So very unlucky for Cash. That was a slow. So with that, Frobber is going to pull further ahead. Now, leaving Phantom, both runners have superb ammo. Their health is slight. So this is the whole reason why they picked up the third energy tank, right? If not for a third energy tank, Frobber would be at 44 health, and which is not ideal because the next room, the attic, there is a very comfy and fast strategy that the runners may or may not go for. Yeah, you see Frobber having power bomb selected, so he is gonna go for this. May or may not go for this attic spark strategy. Okay, he does not. Trying to save some health. Oh, but does not. But I think he just did the air morph out of a muscle memory, so that was unfortunate for Frobber. Meanwhile, Cash is going to enter attic, and he's gonna go for cool strat. Okay, this is a tough strat. He must get this short charge. Very nice. Now there's another piece of caveat. He needs to get this. Unfortunate air morph for Cash. He wanted to end that room with a temporary blue suit, but couldn't really get it. But I think the room overall was still faster than Frobber's, so saving some time there. And Frobber gets across bowling, taking only 2 hits. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Some nice farms for Cash. Okay, since Frobber... I think Frobber must have had some really great farms because his ammo is... For how that attic went, his ammo is really good. Or maybe just use a bunch of missiles instead of super missiles. I'm not confident. But yeah, ammo-wise, Frobber is looking great. You really only want... You really are looking at your super missile count here because next boss coming up, Batoon. Well, first, you're gonna burn 1 supers just getting to Batoon. And you're going to usually spend at least 6 supers on Batoon anyway. That's part of the strategy. So yeah, super count looking good for Frobber this is a good sign. What? That was pretty crazy. Frobber did a really quick morph. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Usually runners do a air morph into a bounce ball, whereas Frobber just did like a super fast air morph and just like almost not even bounce. Crazy. Yeah, nice. Cash got the bounce ball. That's a very tough strat. The savings are very minimal. The savings come from being able to fix the door a little bit, saving a few frames. Some good stuff here. Now Frobber has a ton of ammo, so he's not going to farm the cack attacks in the top of the red tower, or the room Cash is in. Cash is going to farm 1. Yeah, that's a good call. 9 supers is more than enough. There's another cack attack on the way. Yeah, that Frobber is just went by. Oh, sorry, it's just approaching. So likely Cash will farm his 10th super missile there. Now the runners are heading into Meridia, and this is a pretty big step. This is not a small separation between the 2 runners, but Meridia in KPDR is really hard. Really hard. You can gain or lose just massive chunks of time in this area. Nice. Frobber got a very tricky wall jump. Oh. Nice. that was good recovery. Frobber got a very tricky jump. Yeah, Frobber got a very tricky jump, saving some time. Cash did not get the exact jump. He might be able to do a... Yeah, he was trying to do a weave, not able to get it, losing some time. And nice. Cash is doing a health conservation strat here to not shine sparking. Loses some time, but this makes the Batoon fight safer and reduces the chance for health bomb after the fight is over. So this is a big moment for Frobber. He needs this B factor to connect, which it does. So he's going to follow up with... Okay, wasted one super, I believe. Or maybe not. But that was a clean one-round bottom. More this could not have been any better. Oh, Frobber don't fall into sand. Nice. Cash is gonna attempt to do the same, which he does. The ending there, how the particles converged, looked a little bit suspicious. Oh, be careful. Nice. Cash, very great job by Cash to dodge those particles from bottom, because those would put him at a health bomb range. Cash gets so Cash got the cool mock ball, while Frobber missed a full halfie. So this is what I'm talking about. If Cash gets either halfie or a full halfie, he can save at least 10 seconds against Frobber. Oh, but he has a low super count. He's having to do some extra farms. Oh, but Frobber's ammo is not... Frobber's ammo count is not ideal either. Ah, so close. I think Cash just shine sparked a little bit too late, perhaps? Like 1 to 2 frames too late? He got the halfie, so he's saving time against Frobber. Very good. And he does have a ton more ammo. But way more ammo than Frobber does. So this is looking good for him. Okay, this is a important moment. The opener, nice. Frobber got the Rain Dance opener, which seemed to which I think it connected. It was a pretty good opener, judging from Dragon's cutter. Oh, but was not able to kill Dragon within 2 sparks. Okay, but was able to finish up with some ammo. So that was basically a perfect fight for Frobber. A really good fight is only a handful of seconds faster. Now let's watch this fight with Cash. Okay, one particle missed, but Cash has more than enough ammo to basically back it up. Oh, does not get the short charge. Now it's... And the one time Cash was expecting Dragon to swoop, Dragon gave the goo pattern. This is good for Cash. He needs this spark to connect, very good. So, good recovery by Cash there. That's going to allow Frobber to gain more ground. Now Cash does manage to end the fight with the blue suit, so he will be saving a few seconds in the room that Frobber was just space jumping through. But this is still... I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Meridia in KPDR is really hard. The bottom fight and Dragon fight basically just got Frobber, saved Frobber a ton of time. And in KPDR, Dragon and bottom are way more, are just about the most punishing bosses to mess up. Oh, Frobber is going for some moves. He was close. Almost got incredibly difficult Shine Spark there. The Plasma Spark. Oh, this is a good strat from Frobber. Nice. I believe that's a really old strat where you just wall jump off of everything and finish it off with a D boost. Very well done by Frobber. Cash does not get Plasma Spark either, but that's fine. Plasma Spark is it's actually a pretty minimal time save. Oh, good strat by Frobber in the Plasma room. This is a very tricky room. It's not a hard room if you just want to get through it, because Plasma Beam is very powerful. The strat Frobber did was very fast. It's hard to go through this room very efficiently, because if you just end up, it's very easy to miss one of these pirates, because you're basically being very efficient with your shots. And nice. Cash taking a slightly safer strategy and does not miss a Plasma room. So now the runners will be escaping Meridia and heading down to Norfair. This section is pretty automatic. There is not a whole lot you can do to save or lose time. Nice, Frobber got the space jump. If you fail the first space jump in that room, this room is pretty miserable. And Frobber lands on the elevator just below the 30-minute mark. That was, I believe, a 29:58 or 59. And now Frobber will be heading to pick up his ice speed. There are some really hard strats you can do here. Okay, Frobber is just taking it safe. Pretty good. The super hard strats don't even save that much time. Okay, so looking at Cash is just almost precisely 30 seconds behind, and I can imagine just about all of these 30 seconds are from Phantom, Bottom, and Dragon, the three bosses that the runners came across along the way. Boss fights are just very costly. Frobber deciding to farm the Sobas for some reason. There are two routes the runners can choose to take here. Oh, Frobber did a bounce ball there, so he has to go do the southern route. The southern route that Frobber is going through. Oh, but nice damage boost by Cash. That's a tough one. Okay, yeah. So this southern route Frobber is going through. The first room is not. It's a little bit specific, and you see Frobber got hit by a few enemies there. Time save from this southern route is already gone. If you just mess up just about anything, you start losing time with the southern route. See how this room goes for Cash. Nice, very nice. He saved some time there. And next room is a bit tricky. Runners want to go for a trick called Fast. Yeah, so I think Frobber was aiming for a trick called Fast Chronic Boost, where he would lay a power bomb just next to the door and then do a damage boost off of the orb, but he accidentally landed on one of the intermediate platforms. As I said, Cash accidentally took the refill. This is the danger of the southern route, is that if you mess up that space jump there, which is really tight, you only have a few frames before Samus just falls off the ledge, you lose so much time, which Cash unfortunately did. But it does feel like he got the fast chronic boost, so saving some seconds there against Frobber. Meanwhile, Frobber the cool lag reduction strat to kill the pirates, saving some time. Oh, and the practice does not pay off for Frobber. He was zealously practicing this fast bitter strategy right before the race. I believe everyone saw it, but the luck was not on his side. So Cash will catch up some big time here. If Cash gets this short charge, which is looking good so far, it looking like a pretty confident. Nice, that was a top shelf, so that's about as good as it gets for Cash. So the runs are only one room apart, and in particular, Frobber will have to use bomb spread in the next room, and that will lose some time against Cash. So the runners are actually pretty close. Nice lag reduction strat by Frobber, killing two pirates to reduce some lag. So you see here, Frobber is using some bombs there to break through the blocks because he needs to conserve his power bomb. But Cash will be able to just use the power bomb and save some time, like this. Yeah, very good. Okay, this is an important trick coming up for Frobber. He really wants to get this clip. Nice. That's the first one is 3 seconds. That's 3 seconds that Frobber just saved there. Cash needs to do the same. And the room Frobber. So these rooms are all very tricky. Frobber is in just now. Very nice. He executed flawlessly. The Middle Pirates room. It's very easy to just mess up, have your shots blocked by the pirates and lose a ton of time. And Cash was unable to do the clip, so he lost 3 seconds there against Frobber, but does execute potentially a cleaner Middle Pirates room. Okay, Ridley. So the Ridley fight, the runners only have to do 20 shots to kill Ridley. the time variance, it's not too severe in this category compared to PRKD or any percent routes that do not have plasma beam. But you can still lose a ton of time if you by being efficient with your beam shots. Yeah, so you see Frobber is getting many of his shots blocked by Ridley, and it's also getting grabbed by Ridley. So survival is not really an issue here. Yeah, Frobber is missing up a few shots. I think Cash is catching up really fast here. So that's a 35-12 explosion for Frobber. Really should be dead at any moment. Oh, Ridley is not operating. 27. Okay, so 15 seconds. 15 seconds separating the runners now. So this is really close. This is really close. This lower Norfair really allowed Cash to basically the entirety of North. Yeah, this lower Norfair allowed Cash to just make up some massive time. Okay, important room for Frobber. Depending on if you get the speedball, that's at least 3 or 4 seconds that you can lose. He's gonna do a clip, not able to follow it up with a D boost. So Frobber is going to take a nice he's going to take some iframes from this Gigas and do the speed boost, do the speedball. Oh, Cash was close. His damage boost was a little bit short. He wanted to keep the damage boost going for a little bit longer, so his iframes actually ran out to get the short charge. So losing some seconds there. Okay, Frobber's health is not too healthy. He does have plasma beam, so he can just get through the pirates pretty safely if he wants to, but it is faster to just actually go through them because shooting plasma beam at the pirates is actually very laggy. Okay, Frobber, be careful. Frobber. Yeah, he definitely needs to take the safe now. Okay, before I realize the runners are in the same room, and Cash is just going to dodge, and nice, he's dodging all the pirates. He could have just tanked the hit there. Okay, the runners are very close now. Frobber used the power bomb there. That's actually a recommended advice against, because the enemies in that room cause the power bomb to have a ton of lag. Yeah, the runners do get through it. Cash was very observant. He farmed up one power bomb from the seahorse so that he can take the shortcut. Okay, this is really close. Health-wise, Frobber is slightly in a more precarious position, but does have the time advantage. Yeah, and Cash is not going to farm the last Sova, so he's saving some time there. But this is about a 10-second difference. Okay, he's going up. Going up Meridian. Cash does not forget. This Meridia section, since the runners now have space jump, is actually much easier to traverse, but it's still very difficult to optimize. Because space jumps, you need to have some rhythm with how you activate it. Yeah, I think Cash just saved some time there in Mount Everest, having more efficient space jumps. So Frobber farmed the bugs once because his reason. Okay, so Cash is doing the same. Oh, actually, Cash taking extra farms. That's very. Oh yeah, his super count was not looking dire. So yeah, Frobber saving more time. So that's about one elevator transition separating the runners, which is 12.5 seconds. Nice room by Frobber. Those were some clean edge grabs. And he's not going to take the ship refill because Cash is just zooming behind him. Nice, Frobber got the space jump. That's important. Oh, but he bounced the door. Needs to the strat will change a little bit. Nice, nice. He adjusted accordingly. Cash also gets gets a space boost, and he did not bonk the door, so this room will be slightly faster. Very cool. Okay, this is a good race. Robber enters G4 at 57. Oh, that's a lucky super drop from the pirate. That's pretty rare. And Cash enters at 9. Yeah, 12 seconds. 12 seconds. This is just about anything can eradicate the lead Frobber has. This is well covered by a missed baby skip. And this can be well covered if you just have to say like reload Metroid room for extra ammo. Now I do want to say the in KPDR runners runners are likely still doing the grouping strats for the Metroid rooms. And as is consistent with all grouping strategies, if you mess up your grouping, as in like if you mess up your like bomb placement, you can lose a ton of health and ton of time. So this Frobber needs to keep this together. This first room is particularly tricky. Oh, he's going for aggressive strat. That does not catch the first. Does not catch the first Metroid. Okay. Does get the bombing part correctly. Oh, Cash messes up his item selection. Basically, more or less the same kind of mistake as Frobber did. Okay, great ammo for both runners. The Metroids are being cooperative. Oh, okay, very good, very good. That's about the hardest room in KPDR Torian, the room 3. Frobber executed the perfect, optimal strat, and had full supers as well. Cash taking a only slightly slower strat, but got through room 3 very cleanly as well. So okay, Cash does not have full supers, but I think he's just gonna have to use supers. Yeah, nice. Frobber decided to missile the last 4 Metroids, so Cash saved some time there. Okay, this room though, this room. Whoever gets baby skip, whoever misses baby skip will lose. Frobber is doing a laggy baby skip, which always scares me. That was really close. He does get through though. He does get through. Now Cash needs to match it. Cash does not go for the laggy skip. He does not get the okay. He couldn't shoot out the thing on the ground, but he recovered very well. Very well. Cash was inches away from missing that skip up. But he put it together. Okay, this Zeb skip. The Zeb skip has some chance of just like random. The way the Frobber was doing that Zeb skip has some chance of just randomly not working, I believe. So Frobber got through no problem. Okay, Cash doing a down back. Cash doing a modified down back Zeb skip. I think that's slightly faster what Frobber did. Okay, so Frobber does get through Mother Brain, and Cash is just getting through. Nice. So both runners likely will be finishing their races. Now this is a pretty big lead for Frobber at this point, but anything can still happen. In particular, the ending attack that Mother Brain performs, depending on pattern, you can lose 3 to 5 seconds, almost entirely based on luck. Which is less likely. That could have been it for Frobber. That could have been it. Holy moly. Oh my god. So that catch-up can easily double hit. Frobber is actually a little lucky that catch-up didn't kill him. That was a gamble. Oh my god. He could have just died there, but Frobber does survive, and Cash does get through Mother Brain, no problem. Holy moly. I didn't imagine I would be so scared for the KPDR runners during the Mother Brain fight. But yeah, there it is. Both runners in the baby cutscene. This is a pretty healthy lead for Frobber. This is a pretty healthy lead. Now, they do still have to get through Mother Brain 3, which is a much... Which in KBDR, I presume it's actually harder, more difficult than Mother Brain 2, because Mother Brain 3, to do it completely optimally, is requires some really good... you basically have to get Mother Brain into a stun locked into a chain of combos, and that's not... top runners make it look free, but it's not free at all. It's absolutely not free. So there is still time to be lost, and of course, this escape, anything can happen during these race settings. So Baby dies at 45:29. Yeah, still looking like a 10 seconds difference. That's almost exactly 10 seconds. This is Frobber's game to lose if he just needs to execute. Okay, he's taking this a little safe. Every jump he's doing, Frobber is doing 3 shots. Cash may go for 4 shots. Yeah, Cash is going for 4 shots. If Cash can keep up the rhythm, he's going to save time. He's going to save time. And that was a little bit of rough Mother Brain 3 for Frobber. Yeah, Cash is saving time here. Absolutely saving time. Absolutely saving time. Head drop at 46:09 versus 04. So 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds. 5 seconds difference. The escape takes about a minute. Takes about 50 seconds. So you can lose 5 seconds in 50 seconds. It's not a lot. Okay, Frobber. You need a runner going for the down back. That's fine. So this room, Frobber just entered the Neodox room. This is the biggest culprit if Torian ever kills your run. But Frobber got through the most tricky part. No, that's it for Cash. No, he didn't get the. It's Neodox room strikes again. He missed up the first jump. That seals it. That almost certainly seals it. Frobber gets the Shining Spark. It's after you get Cube harder, it's very hard to, unless he decides to save the animals, it's very hard for Cash make up that time. And Frobber being Frobber, yeah, that was some superb execution. Yeah, that's it. That's gonna be it. And Frobber is going to take the win here. 47:31 real time. But Cash not very close behind though. That's less than 10 seconds. Oh my god. Yeah, 47:42 real time. And Frobber takes the win against Cash. Holy smokes. Always the escape. Always the escape. And always the Neodox room. GG's Frobber. And of course GG to Cash as well. Man, that was a race. That was a race. That really came down to the wire, man. If Frobber had the kind of Neodox room that Cash unfortunately had, and Cash had the kind of Neodox room Frobber had, I think Cash would have won. It was that close. It was that close. But Frobber endured the pressure very well in the end. GG's. And with that, Frobber will be moving on to the next round of the winner's bracket, while Cash will unfortunately head down to the loser's bracket. This is a but I mean, you saw how well Cash played. This man is gonna, I believe, his future runs in the lower bracket. Hopefully the runners will join us for a quick chat. Ask them about their experience. Does not seem like they're joining, but yeah, that was a great race. Really good race. Oh, seems like Okay, I think that's a bad idea to switch to Frobber's audio. Yeah, I think we'll just stick to the Serenity. Okay, nice. The music came back. Yeah, it's a slightly rough ending. Slightly rough ending for I mean, oh. Yeah, so that's a unfortunate loss for Cash, and but of course we believe in his dominant performance in the lower bracket and his future runs. Does not look like Frobber is joining us, or neither Frobber nor Cash is joining us for an interview. And the schedule is actually pretty pressing, I believe. So if they decide to not talk after a few seconds, I think we'll have to call it there. Yeah, okay, doesn't seem like Speedrunner's joining. We will get a end screen from at least Frobber's side. So yeah, I think that will be it for tonight's race. There will be GG's to Frobber. Congrats on the win. Good luck in your future runs, and sorry about the lost Cash, but that was a great show. That was a great show. So yeah, looking forward to more runs from Cash as well. And I will do a quick advertisement because this tournament, the SpeedGaming Live 2022 tournament, there is another run that's scheduled for this. That's part of this tournament. Actually, part of the golden bracket that will be taking place very short, not shortly, but I believe in just another hour or so between Mr. Guy Average and Stachio Cat. Are two good friends, and you definitely don't want to miss that one as well. So stay tuned. If you liked what you saw, yeah, definitely stay tuned for that one as well. And make sure to follow runners. Frobber has been a longtime friend of mine, longtime runner, great runner, does a very dominant series player. Cash plays a wide variety of categories as well, very strong runner, and definitely go support them both. They put up some great shows, and make sure to also follow, not subscribe. Make sure to follow them both, and make sure to also follow SpeedGaming for future contents. Thank you all for tuning into the race, and I'll see you all next mission. Thank you.